You feel that? That thump in your chest? That's not your heart skipping a beat, that's Lakers Nation bracing for something seismic. The kind of move that doesn't just shake the roster, it shakes the entire NBA. Luka Doncic's massive $165 million extension isn't just a congratulations moment, it's the spark that could ignite the most aggressive Lakers offseason we've seen in years. This isn't just about keeping a superstar happy. It's about building a war machine around him before the clock runs out on LeBron James' legendary career. And make no mistake, LeBron knows it. At 40 years old, still defying father time, he's not here for patience, not here for maybe next year. The window is razor thin, and the front office feels that heat like never before. Rob Pelinka's not sipping coffee and waiting for the market to cool. He's making calls, moving chess pieces, setting traps, and right there beside him, head coach J.J. Redick, already in sync with Luka, mapping out exactly how to turn this roster into a championship blueprint. Picture it, Pelinka, Luka, and Redick sitting down in a quiet closed-door meeting. No PR cameras, no friendly chit-chat, just basketball talk at its rawest. They're dissecting cap space, draft picks, trade exceptions, plotting exactly how to get Luka, the kind of supporting cast that makes other teams' fans groan. Oh no, not the Lakers again. Luka's not just a franchise scorer, now he's a recruiter, a strategist, handpicking the kind of killers he wants running with him when the games really matter. The targets? They're not guessing. They're not just throwing names on a whiteboard and hoping something sticks. No, this is precision, surgical targeting, the kind of front office maneuvering that separates contenders from pretenders. DeAndre Ayton, big, strong, rim-protecting, lob-catching force who, on the right night, can own the paint like it's his personal kingdom. Imagine him in purple and gold, catching Luka lobs in transition, slamming down putbacks with the crowd roaring like it's 2010 again. The guy's still young, still hungry, still with that chip on his shoulder from Phoenix's rocky ending. Pair him with LeBron and Luka, and suddenly you've got a big who can not only run the floor, but force defenses to collapse, opening lanes for kick-out threes and driving angles we haven't seen in L.A. for years. Then there's Marcus Smart, the defensive menace, the kind of player who makes life miserable for opposing point guards from the moment they cross half court. He's got that junkyard dog energy, never backs down, and plays every possession like it's Game 7. Smart isn't just a defender. He's a tone setter. He changes the emotional temperature of games. Put him in the backcourt with Luka or running alongside Austin Reeves, and suddenly the Lakers have a perimeter defense that feels suffocating. He's the guy you want in the foxhole when the game gets ugly. And yes, Zach LaVine the walking highlight reel, the bucket getter who can light up the scoreboard in a way few in the league can. If you're going to score, you might as well burn it down, right? LaVine isn't just an athletic freak. He's an offensive weapon with a deep bag pull-ups, slashes to the rim, transition threes. Imagine him in a playoff game next to LeBron. And Luka, where defenses have to pick their poison and someone's always left wide open. It's the kind of firepower that forces teams to play catch-up from the jump. But here's where it gets spicy. Malik Monk. This isn't just another name. This is a live wire. Last season, 17 points per game off the Kings bench. Instant offense. Microwave scoring that can flip the game in 2 possessions flat. He's the exact kind of weapon the Lakers bench has been starving for, someone who doesn't just protect the lead when LeBron sits, but blows it wide open. Think back to those games when the Lakers starters build momentum, only to watch the second unit bleed it away. Monk could erase that problem overnight. But here's the hitch. He's locked into a $78 million deal in Sacramento. That's not pocket change. If the Lakers want him, they're going to have to get creative or downright ruthless. And ruthless, that's exactly the energy this front office has been giving off all summer. Meanwhile, the Malik Monk chase is just one. Fire in a room full of them. The roster is already shifting under our feet. Ayton, Smart, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber. All names floating through the rumor mill. All potentially on the move. Pelinka's holding the roster like a deck of cards, waiting for the perfect moment to slam them on the table and flip the game on its head. And make no mistake, he knows one wrong move could waste this window, but the right one could make it legendary. The be-out market, it's smoldering. Trade rumors, flaring hotter by the day. And you can feel it, Lakers Nation. This isn't about small tweaks. This isn't tinkering around the edges. This is about dominance. This is about walking into the playoffs as the team nobody wants to see in the first round. This is about forcing the rest of the league to look at the schedule and groan when they see at Los Angeles Lakers. This is a siege. And then there's Nikola Vujic. Big body, double-double machine, over 40% from deep last year. He's been on Pelinka's radar for months. The thing about Vujic is he's not flashy, he's reliable. He's the guy you look up at the box score after the game and think, wait, when did he get 20 and 12? But is he the answer? Or is he just a stepping stone to something even bigger? That's the question. Because if the Bulls finally decide to cut him loose in a be-out, the Lakers will be first in line. No hesitation. No second guessing. That's how close the wires are sparking on this deal. This is where it gets real, Lakers Nation. Because when you line up LeBron, Luka, and the right supporting cash shooters, defenders, energy guys, suddenly banner number 18 doesn't feel like a dream. It feels like a plan. And Pelinka's moves this summer? They don't whisper. They don't hint. They scream urgency. They scream now. So the question hanging in the air like a last-second shot. Do the Lakers pull the trigger and go all in, rewriting the NBA power map? Or does this become another what-could-have-been moment, filed away in the history books next to all the near misses and heartbreaks? When your group chat blows up at 3 a.m. with Lakers alerts, you know it's more than a whisper. It's an earthquake shaking the very foundation of purple and gold loyalty. Because buckle up, Lakers fam, this off-season storm is a freight train, barreling without brakes straight into the heart of the franchise, and every move Pelinka makes has the smell of a dynasty gamble that could either crown us kings or tumble us into a full-blown saga of heartbreak that even Kobe's fierce Mamba mentality couldn't have predicted. Luka Doncic signing that extension didn't just secure a franchise cornerstone. It lit the fuse for a relentless power play behind closed doors where the stakes are crushing and the blueprint is anything but conventional, mixing a cocktail of old-school grit and new-age heat with whispers that the Lakers are on the verge of going nuclear with at least one epic trade that would shake up not just the West Coast but the entire NBA landscape, with DeAndre Ayton's name hanging on everyone's lips like a secret weapon who could transform our rim protection and post presence overnight. While Marcus Smart's lockdown defense is the kind of relentless pressure that builds a fortress around our young core. The kind of gritty toughness that could make our perimeter a nightmare for every opposing guard trying to break through. And Jake LaVine's explosive athleticism and sharpshooting might be the X factor to finally give LeBron that perfect running mate to complement the Kings' legacy's final chapter. But here's the dripping wild card Malik Monk. Yeah, that guy who's lighting up the fire from the bench is now the hottest chip in this high-stakes chess match. A player we're willing to break the bank for, flush with $78 million still clinging to his Kings contract, forcing Pelinka to consider whether sacrificing draft picks, young assets, or even a future centerpiece makes the difference between a bench no one fears and the squad that brings a second-unit thunderbolt that roars loud. Enough to drown out every critic who doubted this team's depth going into crunch time. Remember, all those skeptics laughing off of D's grit? Well, the pressure's on now. If he can't carry the defensive front line paired with Vujicic's rebounding and rim presence, is this just a Band-Aid on a deep wound or the foundation of the next Lakers dynasty? And with LeBron circling into his twilight quest for one more banner, every move Pelinka makes teeters on rewriting or redefining King James's legacy, not just as the greatest of all time, but as the leader who dared to reforge the Lakers' DNA beyond the shadows of Bryant and Shaq's Showtime grandeur and the bubble banner that felt like a glimpse of a dream, almost caught but slipped through our fingers. Can you feel the tension coiling Lakers faithful? The Clippers are salivating, the Warriors itching to exploit any crack in our armor, Denver's young guns aiming to pounce if Pelinka's gamble falters, and Phoenix swaggering in with a roster that threatens to append every prediction. But what if this calculated risk, this all-in stack of chips on Luka's potential and Pelinka's vision, is the rebirth we've been craving, the resurrection of purple and gold thunder poised to stun the league? What if the whispers about a secret trade brewing in the shadows isn't just smoke but a blaze, ready to burn through the offseason and light up the Staples Center with swishes, slams, and championship glory? Imagine Malik Monk finally unchained, raining threes on par with the ghost of Kobe's killer instinct, made sharper by Marcus Smart's dogged defense, and Luka's magician handles creating moments that haunt the league for decades. But hear me loud, the price will be steep. Assets, future picks, draft capital. Pelinka's chessboard has never looked this complex, this dangerous. And LeBron's role? The mentor whose aura drags the young bloods to legendary status, even while we all feel that bittersweet tick-tock of time's cruel countdown. Add in Bronny watching, learning, waiting in the wings. A symbol of a legacy that's no longer just living in stories, but evolving in real time. And you realize this isn't just basketball, it's a generational Hail Mary pass. The locker room dynamics? Shattering? Seismic? Maybe. Trust trembles under the weight of these moves, and the ghosts of Showtime past seem to whisper, warning that greatness demands sacrifice, and that one wrong step could tip this fragile empire into chaos. But that risk, that raw, electrifying edge, that's exactly where Lakers thrive. This isn't just a team scrambling, it's a fight for immortality. If you can taste that electric tension pulsing through your purple and gold veins, if your heart's pounding that frantic mid-game rhythm, then you know we're on the knife's edge of history. And just when you think the fallout can't get any wilderbam, there's word that a sudden blockbuster trade might be so seismic it blows open the floodgates, turning this offseason into an all-consuming inferno of speculation, shockwaves, and sheer desperation. The Lakers aren't just finishing a puzzle, they're setting the board on fire, with moves that either crown us champions or shatter the dynasty's core beyond repair. This isn't a rerun of the past. This is raw, unfiltered, gilded chaos, writ large across the basketball universe. As a Laker till I draw my last breath, here's the storm I swear is coming. Now you tell me, what's tearing at your gut? Because trust me, this saga has only just ignited.